right up here when I turn it in. I thought it was on lockout at first because, you know, you lock it in from up here.
Jones getting strapped into the tram ride around Bristol Space Centre.
Yeah, I don't. Oh my god. Why have they got cows lifted? What's in there?
NASA, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, has 8 space centers around the country. JSC is the heart of the manned spaceflight program and home of the astronauts. As we travel through JSC, keep in mind that this is not a museum or a theme park. What you're about to see is not a show. It's the real stuff. When you get back to Space Center Houston, you might also want to take the other tour of JSC. It will take you to some of the exciting astronaut training facilities and laboratories here. Many of you probably remember the mission control you've seen on TV. Here at JSC, we call it the MOCR, and it stands for Mission Operations Control Room. The MOCR was built during the shuttle era in the early 60s, but today, you're going to get a special glimpse into our future, the next generation of control centers. We're headed to Mission Control, and we'll visit the FICR, where shuttle flights are controlled from. The FICR is in a new wing of the same building and just down the hall from the MOCR. One of history's most exciting moments at the MOCR was in 1969 when Neil Armstrong reported from the moon.
Tranquility Base here, the Eagle has landed.
It was man's first communication from another world. The Apollo missions were sent on their way to the moon by Saturn V rockets, like the one up ahead. It's the largest rocket ever made, 363 feet long. Now, to give you a comparison, a football field is 300 feet long. It's about as high as a 35-story building. That's big. Well, it had to be. The fuel rocket and equipment together weighed over 6 million pounds at liftoff. The rocket had to be powerful enough to lift all that weight into space. We'll be stopping at Rocket Park on a return trip so that you can get off and take a closer look.
First stop on our tour today, building is 30 South, the Mission Control Center. Again, inside this building, you'll be placing all of your belongings inside the lockers that they have there. This includes all cameras, camcorders,
By using off-the-shelf equipment, the FICR is less expensive to build and much easier to change or expand as new functions are added. Like when the space station is being constructed in Earth's orbit. The FICR began monitoring on-orbit shuttle operations during shuttle flight STS-7 in July 1995. By May of 1996, all
That's the mission control building over there. No cameras or anything allowed in there. You had to go through security checks.
Since then, all shuttle flights have been stands for Space Environment Simulation Laboratory. Cecil uses liquid nitrogen to simulate the cold of space when testing spacecraft and space components in the facility's large vacuum chamber.
Okay, that's enough. That's boring. Oh, that's interesting stuff.
Arriving at our second and final stop on our tour today, Building 9, the Space Vehicle Mock-Up Facility. The astronauts use this building for training. Everything that will see inside represents actual current mission. Inside this building are 26 steps to climb. Again, if anyone is unable to climb these steps, meet up with our driver. He'll assist you with the elevator. When we do head upstairs, ask that you stay behind me at all times. Also try to stay close behind me, within at least a 3 feet range. Just so that you'll be able to hear and see what I'll be explaining.
And then that information.
Inside this building, you are allowed to take pictures, so you're more than welcome to bring your cameras with you. And again, we'll have to keep all voices down as much as possible.
I'm actually mathematically I have a learning disability. I just cannot add or multiply or anything. Well, no, it isn't. It's just the way your brain functions, the way your brains wire together. It's just like I find with any of it. Can you explain that to Jimmy? Sorry. These are the actual modules that they use for training inside, so they get used to the layout and the size and everything else. And the first time that we actually saw them, it was before they'd actually started making them in the space station. And now they've got more and more of them together. And then that's a mock-up of the shuttle. It's exactly the same as the shuttle, except it doesn't have the wings on. And they use that for practicing putting things in the hold and out of it.
Right, everyone, as you can see, this is a large classroom for the astronauts that train here.
Looks like at the moment.
You'll see a large black wall. In front of this black wall is a raised black platform. Has the equipment on it. Also has the round plaque in the back of it. Now this raised black platform is an air-bearing floor, which allows astronauts to work in a two-dimensional, frictionless environment.
These are the 3 engines at the back of the shuttle.
But that's not actually the same material, is it?
No, this is just a mock-up.
That's going to be the actual size. That's only because everything inside is the exact same as the actual space shuttle. And when the astronauts are inside this training, they become familiar with the waste management system, television and camera operation, sleeping arrangements, and meal preparation. In fact, the astronauts will spend more time training in this building than they ever would on an actual mission. Now, when the space shuttle is in space, it's traveling at 17,500 miles an hour. So we're docking with something cold that is bent in the air. Again, it's behind the gray mock-ups. Now, this long white pole is the manipulator development facility. This arm is larger and more powerful than what will be on the space station.
When they're on a mission, taking the satellites out of the cargo bay and turning them around. When they were building the International Space Station, putting all the modules together and everything.
And the engineers are the ones that actually design this stuff?
Yeah.
So one day you might be able to get a job like doing this?
No, because it's a totally different special.
We're back at Rocket Park.